Welcome to Politics Unusual. I'm Robert Moses, in for Morgan McKay. Today, we are coming to you from the Blue Room at City Hall in the waning days of the administration of Eric Adams. And Mayor Adams joins me now. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Really good to be here.
And when you hear waning days, what's that make you feel like?
Excited. There's a beginning, there's a middle, there's an ending to everything in life. And the question is while you're there, what have you done? And I'm extremely proud when you strip away all the noise and just say, well, let's just look at this mayor and what he has accomplished. Broke records in housing, broke records in jobs, decreased unemployment, outpacing the state in reading and math, crime is safe. The things I ran on, I did. Job done.
Mayor, describe for me the city you inherited and the one you're passing on to Zohran Mamdani.
Totally different city. You go back, Times Square, businesses were closed down. We were still in the midst of a lot of the protests that were happening in the city. We had COVID, unsure if children should go to school. There was a lot of debate, encampments. People were living in trees in the park, on the side of highways. We were losing jobs. They were hemorrhaging. Tourism was hurting. It was just a place where people have thrown up their hands, did not want to be on our subway system because of the danger that was associated with it. Now, look at where we are now. Over 130,000 illegal cars removed off our streets, coast cars, dirt bikes, 25,000 illegal guns off our streets. Safest subway system in the recorded history. Safest big city in America. Broke the job record 12 times. Decreased unemployment around Black and brown people specifically, but the entire city in general. We're looking at a city where bond raiders invested in the city, increased our bonds. I mean, you can go through the list and say, how do we judge a mayor? Don't judge him by his tie. Don't judge him. Hey, I saw him out the other night at a club. Don't judge me by any of that. Look at the raw data. And you have to walk away with saying, in spite of everything that was thrown at this guy, he's a New Yorker, and his resiliency moved our city forward.
When you sat down, you said to me, January 1st can't get here soon enough. Why do you say that?
It's been 40 years. And, I would have loved to continue the things that we did. I want to make this more of a language-friendlier city, 100% of containerized garbage, bring down crime more. I would love to finish that, and anyone would love to finish a job. But it's been 40 years, 40 uninterrupted years of being under a microscope. Every action that I took, being judged over and over again, and it's over. I want to smoke that cigar. I want to sit on a beach somewhere. I want to just do something different with my life. And so there's a level of sadness of not finishing, but there's just a level of, Eric, you did what you're supposed to do. And what touches me the most is my mom's third grade education. She raised a mayor. It's the most important city on the globe. She did it. Raising 6 children, the city betrayed her, and she raised the mayor.
That picture of her is so omnipresent in so much of what you do. What do you think she would say to you at this moment?
Baby, I knew you had it. I often talk about the story. When Mommy, I was a little in elementary school and I was scared to walk on the stage because I was going to fumble over my words because of my undiagnosed dyslexia. And she leaned over and whispered in my ear, baby, you got this. And she has told me that over and over again. And she knew it. Dads are great, but there's something different about a mom's love. You know that?
Sure is.
Mother never gives up on you.
Nope.
Never surrender. And when I had that picture, it was not so much of the visual of her. It was to every mom out there that knew their children will have an opportunity if they was just given a chance. And I knew the city betrayed my mom and my siblings. And I said I wanted to stop that betrayal. And that's what I thought about when we decreased the cost of child care, when we invest in foster care children and pay their college tuition, when we give free high-speed broadband to NYCHA residents, and no income tax for low-income New Yorkers. I thought of ways of putting that money back in the pockets of New Yorkers. $30 billion, because I thought of how much mommy struggled.
I want to ask you about January 1st. Do you plan to attend the inauguration?
I would love to, but I want to have a conversation with the incoming mayor because I don't want to destroy it for him. This is a proud moment for so many levels. First Muslim American to be the mayor, the youngest mayor. Just a great moment, and I don't want anyone to disrupt it. If he likes it or not, he has some of the meanest supporters I've ever witnessed in politics. Not all of them, let's be very clear, but there's a pocket of them that enjoy disrupting civilized events. Standing in front of synagogues, disrupted, standing in front of churches, saying mean things in front of children. He just has a pocket of supporters that he needs to really manage their behavior because they can tarnish what this city wants. And so if he's saying, Eric, fine, I don't mind their disruptive behavior, then fine, I'll sit on the stage and have a smooth transition of power.
What grade would you give yourself looking back?
Well, I think that, I hear that question over and over and over again, and I think it's so important for the New Yorkers to make that determination based on the facts, not based on the noise. You were indicted, lawfare, as I call it, all of those things. All that sounds good, but the question is, every quarter, after the federal government came at me, every quarter, crime dropped. Every quarter, new housing was built. Every quarter, we broke records on housing. Every quarter, we rolled out new initiatives for the city. Every quarter, you did not see one misstep on moving our city forward. That's what I want to be judged on the most. I want to be judged that in life, something is always thrown at you. How do you respond? I never betrayed the trust of New Yorkers in moving them forward. And then they'll make a determination. When they walk through the Museum of the City of New York and start comparing my record to others, think about it. We zoned the city for 433,000 units of housing. That's more than 12 years of Bloomberg, 8 years of de Blasio combined. We did it in 4 years. When you start looking at what we have done, that's what I want New Yorkers to judge me on.
Speaking of your indictment, you said something interesting to the Times. You said, my lack of success didn't start with the indictment. It started from day one. What do you mean by that?
No, not my lack of success, on how we were judged as an administration, not the lack of success. If you go back and do an analysis of even pre-indictment, and say, well, how was this guy covered? What did we do to show what this guy was doing? He navigated us out of COVID. Many people said our schools should be closed. He took a bold position and said the safest place for our children should be in school buildings, into schools. He started decreasing crimes. He got people back on the subway system. How was he judged? And I did an assignment the other day. I said, let me look at how we were covered pre the lawfare that I experienced. People never covered our stories. I don't blame New Yorkers for saying that, this mayor has never done anything. He only went out at night and partied all night. I don't blame New Yorkers for doing that because that's what they read every day. And they started to believe that nothing was happening in the city when it was just the opposite. We were turning the city around, and history showed that we turned the city around.
What is one initiative that you undertook that you thought would be successful but failed?
My robot. My robot in the subway system. People, mocked it, they laughed at it, but I said, I'm going to try. And I think the next administration, based on the research I'm seeing around technology, should really lean into robotics and see how robotics can do some of the dangerous work that needs to be done. We started to infuse the robo-dog, which was excellent when you went into dangerous situations. I think that there's a real opportunity from what I'm seeing in robotics to, number one, teach our children how to build them, to be a place where AI and robotics is going to be used in this city for employment, where we can actually use robotics and do some very dangerous things people are not injured by. But that was one initiative that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, but I think it opened the door to see the roles of robotics.
So what's next for Mayor Eric Adams. What is the next job for you?
Three-letter word. F-U-N.
Oh, it made me nervous there a second. I got a little worried.
Oh man, I'm gonna have so much fun. My life has been on hold, 12-hour days, and some of the trauma, vicarious trauma. You know what it is to walk into a hospital room where 11 months a child was shot in the head? I can still hear Officer Mora and Rivera's family members, two slain officers, saying, God, say it's not true. Sending my car and having my detail saying, Mayor, are you okay? You lose a lot. There's a lot of glamour in being the mayor of the city of New York, but you pay a toll, particularly when you were like me. I don't know if there are too many mayors that would show up to a crime scene, that would go to a horrific fire and speak with people who sit in our hospital rooms. I felt it. And I would lie if I were to say that the person I was when I was sworn in 2022 is the person that I'm leaving now. Thank God for breathing, exercise, meditation, for my faith. But there were some moments. There were some hard moments. And I'm looking forward to laughing with my friends, traveling again, writing a book, going back to school. I miss school so much. And
you want to get your PhD, you say?
PhD. And I just want to, for the first time in my life, from 40 years ago, I want to just go back to just being Eric.
Has there been any offer from the Trump administration for you?
We have not discussed any offer at all. There was a lot of rumor of me going to HUD, me going to Saudi Arabia, me going to all of these places. It hurt my campaigning, but I was always clear. I was going to finish out my time here and then move on. And I am really blessed. I have a great deal of offers that people have reached out. Many people are really pleased with what I did and this administration did in the city. And we have the lack of opportunities are not there. And, a couple of months ago, I had my dream job. Now I got 4 potential dream jobs. And I'm just going to do some stuff that I really love, bring people together. I want to play a major role in this city to push back on anti-Semitism. I'm really concerned about how it has been normalized. And I'm going to do a lot to stop. And I want to remind African Americans and Jews our long relationship that we've had. And I want to do the same thing I did when Asian violence. I was one of the leading voices in Asian violence. When our Muslim brothers and sisters were attacked, I walked the streets with them as well. I want to really play a role in pushing back on the hate that we're seeing.
The 4 dream jobs you've mentioned, are they in the city? Are they in Washington? Are they overseas?
They are in different locales in different places across the globe, but I'm going to have my presence here in the city as well.
And you will, if Zoran Mandani were to call you and ask for your advice, not sure he will, but if he does, you will offer that to him?
Yeah, and I don't take it as not sure he will. Smart mayors will lean into their predecessors who came before them. I did it with de Blasio. I did it with Bloomberg. That is when here are those who went through what I went through. And if he were to text me, call me, and say, Eric, I'm getting ready to do this initiative. What are your thoughts? I'll reply. My goal is the city of New York. I love New York. I wore a bulletproof vest, 22 years protecting the children and families of this city. And that's a different romance and love affair. And so whatever we can do, we're going to turn over an impressive transition document. And if you were to talk to his team, he would tell you this administration has been sitting down, helping them with every level to make sure that they can hit the ground running. And I would do that no matter who was the mayor of the city of New York. I'm here to help New Yorkers.
And what has Jessica Tisch told you about staying on? Does she have any trepidation about working for a mayor who, let's face it, is ideologically quite different than she is?
She's a professional. And She's going to make sure she stay focused on keeping the city safe. And I believe if you can work for me, you can work for anyone. Because I'm a hard person to work with. You know, you get those 1, 2 a.m. meetings, calls on the phone. You're asking what's going on here. When you leave, Eric, everything else is a walk in the park.
Okay.
You know that. And so I think that she's going to share her thoughts and opinions if she believes something should be done differently. But I think she's a professional. I think at the end of the day, she knows that he's the mayor, and that if she reaches a point where, for whatever reason, they're too far apart, then she'll make a decision. But I think right now it's imperative to have that balance, to have someone who has a clear understanding. We see the success here, what we've done under Commissioner Sewell, under Commissioner Caban, and now under Commissioner Tisch. That success must continue.
And in our last couple of seconds, if you could tell younger Eric Adams, knowing what you know now, say before you got into politics, if you could tell that younger Eric Adams something, what would it be?
Be careful who you trust. There are those who really hurt me and betrayed me. My name was on the line, and the behavior of some people without my knowledge, because I trusted them, that was really hurtful. And I think history, when there's a complete unbiased analysis, people are going to say he was a guy that for 40 years protected the family name. There were many opportunities to do something wrong, but he never did. He always did what was right for the city. And I took a real hit because of the actions of others. And it was very hurtful, you know. But, you know, you don't reach 65 years of age without realizing there are people in your life who betrayed you. That is part of life. But you can wallow in that betrayal, you learn from it, and you move forward.
And if you had known then what you know now, would you have still run for mayor?
Without a doubt. I didn't wake up in the Senate or borough president. When I was a young member of the New York City Police Department, I said, I'm going to be mayor January 1st, 2022. You know,
You did it.
I didn't say I had to do it for 3 terms. I didn't say I had to do it for 2 terms. I did it, you know, so no matter what happens, in one of these walls would be Dorothy Mae Adams' son face for the rest of this city's history.
And will you run for any other public office?
Never say never. You know, that is not within my immediate plans, but you never say never. You always leave doors open and determine what you want to do. I know right now what I want to do. I want to be around the family. I want to just enjoy life a bit. And sometimes you have to refuel to determine what the next step is. I'm emotionally on E, and I need to refuel because I'm not good to anyone if I'm not good to myself. And, you know, I had a plan B. It turns out that my plan B was God's plan A, and God never got it wrong before. And so I don't believe he has it wrong now.
I've enjoyed our time together. Thank you so much.
You too.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.